Through the years, Rocket Driver has helped literally thousands of entrepreneurs to get themselves established reselling white label services that we have. And because of that, we have a lot of insights into the mistakes that are made by people when they're just brand new to business, new to reselling, new to digital services, even new to technology. And I think that doing a video to go over what those mistakes are is going to help educate you in not making those same mistakes. So let's go through them. The first big mistake that tons of resellers make is not learning services before selling services. So they go out, and it's born out of a sense of, enthusiasm, excitement, rearing to go. They just got their incorporation. They just got all their stuff ready. They just want to go and sell it. The problem is these kind of services are not the kind of services that lend themselves to just being shotgun sold. They're not toasters, right? So if you go out there and you sell somebody and you don't manage expectations, understand process, understand the protocols, understand what you're supposed to do, you're going to get yourself in a whole heap of trouble really fast and wind up with somebody who's going to be very angry with you. And it's just not worth it. So am I saying spend months and months and time learning code and stuff like that? Hell no, not at all. But you need to spend a little bit of time. Make sure that you understand the basics. And if you have questions, ask. Don't just go and, haphazardly sell a service to somebody, because you may be able to sell it, but that doesn't mean that the sale is clean. And a dirty sale is almost worse than no sale when it comes to business and it comes to your reputation and stuff like that. So take it from me, do not make that mistake. The second major mistake that new resellers have is not getting themselves set up with the systems they need, not getting themselves set up with all of the various things you need to function in business generally. If you sell somebody, okay, that's one thing, but managing that process is another. If you don't know what you're supposed to do or have the information readily available for, all the stuff that you're going to have to get from somebody, say it's a website you sell somebody, you're going to have to get, hosting information. You're going to have to get the passwords for accounts. You're going to have to gather up stuff. And if you don't know what you're doing and you have no systems in place and you want to handle everything through email, that may work for one or two clients, but it's not going to work when you have 4 or 5. When you have 4 or 5 projects you're juggling, and then you sell a 6th and a 7th and an 8th, you're going to wind up eventually buried and in a lot of, just total chaos and bedlam at your company. So from day one, plan on having clients and plan on having systems to help you manage that. That can be as simple as, getting yourself a Smartsheet account, getting a CRM set up with like Zoho, getting yourself, a system in place to be able to manage all those things. Now, of course, here at Rocket Driver, we have systems for our people, but if you're not with us, you have to get yourself those systems. If you don't, you're going to wind up just chaos. I don't know how people function without a CRM, for example. I don't know how people function without Smartsheets, some kind of project manager. Get the systems in place before you go and you start selling and sell yourself right into a disaster. Another sort of mistake people make, and it's almost not a mistake, it's just something you notice a lot with new people in this business. Maybe it's new people in any business, but we see it a lot here, is people fixate upon very small things because they don't have perspective, right? They will fixate upon the color gradient of a logo or something incredibly minor and just a nothing detail. And they'll spend all their time worrying about the small thing while they ignore all the big things going on at their company or big things that they should be doing. This is a huge mistake, and it's one that a lot of people make. They fixate on little things. They don't see the big picture. Until you have a perspective upon things, until you understand what matters and what doesn't, chill, relax, breathe, ask. If you have a question, ask whoever you're working with, okay? Don't, assume that some very small thing is molehill is a mountain without knowing that it's a mountain. And this happens with all kinds of stuff, with passwords, with graphics, with just all kinds of very small, inconsequential things that people mistakenly believe are a big deal because they're brand new to the industry and they don't know what's what. Take the time to learn, study the services you're selling, relax, get some focus, and get some perspective. And this brings us to the fourth and perhaps most prevalent newbie mistake, and that is whale hunting. Lots of people come into this industry without any perspective whatsoever upon, the ability to sell, who they're going to be selling, what they're going to be selling. They don't have any clue. And so when they get themselves set up, they say the minimum sale I'm going to accept is $10,000. I'm not going to sell anybody for $1,000, $5,000, whatever. And so they go out and they whale hunt. They don't end up getting many sales, so they feel dejected. The truth is, until you have a perspective, until you learn how to sell a service, learn how to both sell it and build a client base, you're not going to be able to whale hunt at all. And I'm against whale hunting, period. Whale hunting generally is a bad idea. That, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about going after big monster clients only, to the exclusion of all other clients. The truth is, most very successful people in this industry, even when they're big, are still selling mostly small clients, just more and more of them. They're good at project management. They have good ironed out systems at their businesses, and they can handle, 10 different concurrent projects or 20 or 30, whatever the number is, all at once, because it's not that much work and because they have systems to help them manage it. That's the way you build a monster. You don't build a monster by walking into an industry and day one selling, a $1 million client. It's just not going to happen. You're going to fail and you're going to feel bad. You shouldn't fail because you shouldn't try doing that. You should go after what clients you can get. Don't leave any money on the table. Get yourself acclimated and iron out all those systems at your business. Then if you want to, go and whale hunt all you want, but whale hunt when you're from a position of strength. You already have an agency, your agency's established, you have sales, you have clients, and you're not in a position where it's going to be catastrophic if you don't make a sale this week or month. And this brings me to the last and perhaps the most important mistake that people make when they're new to this industry, and that's going with a bad developer or bad company for that matter. A lot of people, when they're new to white label reselling, look at prices and they don't see value. They don't understand the importance of having a stable service provider, stable developer that, can have a binding contract with them. They've never been scammed or ripped off or had development fail or any of the bad things that can happen. So they go with, a haphazard service provider. They find somebody on the internet to develop sites for them and they go and try to resell that. Or they go and find somebody on a site, like Fiverr and try to resell some SEO solution that they can buy there. They wind up in positions where services are either very poorly designed, security's compromised, development is bad. There could be IP theft of graphics. They get a logo delivered and it's really stolen from somebody else and they don't know because they can't check every logo on the internet. All kinds of bad outcomes can come from going with a non-professional service provider. Think about it. This is the infrastructure of your company. This is who does the development work for you. Do you really want to trust that with somebody, to a person that doesn't do this for a living, that can just disappear with your cash and they're overseas or they're wherever? And there's nothing you can do about it. Not smart. Anyhow, these are the top 5 newbie mistakes. Don't make them. Be a professional. Be in this industry for the long haul. We'd love to have you hang around. I'd love to get comments and messages from you in 5 years that you watched this vid and, it helped you with some of the mistakes the day you came in. Anyhow, if you like this video, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to learn about Rocket Driver, go to www.rocketdriver.com. I'll see you in the next vid.